Hi all, and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and a pattern review video for you. Today we are talking a free mini little pattern that I got from my Sallie Tomato mystery box that we unboxed a couple of weeks ago. So we're talking about the Iris sunglass pattern. This video is going to be in 4 parts, as most of my review videos are. Part 1 is talking about Sallie Tomato and the pattern. Part 2 is looking at the project itself. Part 3 is pros, cons, and user error. And then part 4 is going to be my final thoughts and sign off. I expect this video to be on the short side because it's an eyeglass case and it was pretty straightforward and pretty easy to put together. So, do you use those timestamps in the comment, or how does that work? Do you use those timestamps in the description box on the screen or as chapters in the video? Before we get started, I do want to say hi to everybody. Hi to the new subscribers, the OGs. Hello to the people who are new to joining me on my Sallie Tomato journey. I am very new to Sallie Tomato. So, and to anyone else who happens to be here, you are also very welcome. You are also very much appreciated. This nuisance in front of you is Junior. He keeps trying to grab cords. So let's get into part 1. What are we talking about? So in October, I received a Sallie Tomato mystery box. All right, I got the email saying that they were available and I immediately ordered one. I unboxed that box a couple of weeks ago. Here is a link to that if you want to see it. And in it, we received some different like vinyl, faux leather, cork, some bag making supplies, some other fun things, and a free mini pattern to play around with. So the pattern was intriguing to me, and I thought, well, let's take a look at that and see, which is what this is. This is the free mini, well, see, free video tutorial included, but this is the mini pattern series Iris by Sallie Tomato. Now, I looked online and it is not available online just yet. They do have a different eyeglass case there though, so do check them out if you want to. But yeah, so I took a look at the pattern. It seemed pretty straightforward. It looked like I could use the majority of like scraps and stuff for it. So I decided to try it out. I'm being surrounded by cats. Oh, there goes one cat. So, yeah, let's take a look at the pattern. I have to move baby cat now. He's going to be so mad. He'll be back because he has no sense of boundaries. But anyway, so the pattern is really quite simple, quite straightforward. I like how they have it all folded up on one piece of paper, but you could still kind of, it's still segmented enough that you can walk through it. So it starts like this. You open it up. It tells you what you need to cut and the fabrics that you need. Then they start your sewing instructions. And then your sewing instructions are continued onto the back, right? And then they want you to take them and talk about it if you talk about it on social media. So it's a really cute pattern. It's a really straightforward pattern, and it does come with a free video tutorial, which I watched and is very good. I really liked it. So let's get into part 2, looking at the project itself. And that's this. So it had a, it used this magnetic, or what is this called? Flex frame. It didn't have it in there, I remembered. But it has a, I think it's a 4.5 inch flex frame. which they also don't currently have on their website. But they called for two different fabrics. I used these scrap pieces from a Sewers Club Junior. From a Sewers Club project, from our last Sewers Club project that we received. They wanted a few different fabrics. I just used two. And then you have your interior as well, which is the same kind of fabric. And then right, the star of the show is the 4.5-inch flex frame. So exterior side 1, exterior side 2, interior. And then it is designed to hold sunglasses or glasses or what have you. I have these ones here on my desk. So it came together really nicely. It came together really quickly. I think they wanted you to have these alternating, so you had like main fabric, accent fabric, main fabric, accent fabric, but I like the idea of kind of putting the two accents on one side, the two mains on the other. But yeah, that's the project. Pretty straightforward, very simple. It took me about an hour, hour and a half to put together, and a lot of that was just cutting the fabric, really. So yeah, let's do pros, cons, and user error. Pro, I like this little mini pattern, or whatever they call it. Yeah, mini pattern. I really like this mini pattern. If I come across more mini patterns in the future, I will definitely pick them up, make them. This was fun. The instructions were very clear. The instructions were very good. The tutorial video was 18 minutes long. It was very good. It walked you through a bunch of things. It was very clear in its instructions, and I really liked that too. I really liked how the instructions walked you through the assembly. Nothing was really that confusing for me. It all kind of made sense as I was going along, and it was a very easy and straightforward process. I like the size of this bag, and when it came out, I like the fabrics, right? I chose the fabrics. I like the size of the bag. I like how strong this closure is. And I overall really like the pattern. They have some tips, some tricks, and some ideas, and they stressed over and over and over again that you wanted a non-woven material for this top, and I ignored them. We're going to get into that in user error, but yeah, it's very simple. It's very straightforward, and it's a really good introduction to Sallie Tomato, I think. Cons, there are none. I liked it all. I didn't have a problem with any of it at all. The other thing that I liked too, getting back into pros, is that in the pattern, they talk about, like, when they were telling you what you could use, they gave you a bunch of different, like, ideas for what you wanted to make. Where are the... Here it is. So the main fabric, like any fabric for your exterior, your contrast, any fabric, your accent fabric, they want non-woven, right? Cork, faux leather, micro suede, something that is not woven for the casing. And I didn't quite understand what they were talking about. And I got it after I watched the tutorial video, but I still was like, it'll be fine. They tell you, right, cuddle minky or quilting cotton or something like that for the interior. And then they give you options too for, like, if you want, like, it lined with like foam or fleece or air mesh, and a lightweight flex frame. They also suggest a handmade label. well, it's a pretty simple project. I didn't want to put a handmade label on it. But this is a very good scrap kind of project creation, scrap project pattern, scrap, basically just scrap. So I really liked that, and I really liked how they told you needed to have non-mesh, and I ignored them. So that's on me. Like I said, I don't really think there are any cons. I really like the pattern. I really like making it. Now to the user error. I don't know if you heard me say or heard me mention that they wanted a non-mesh fabric for the top here. And that is because they were going to leave this raw edge here on the sides, and they wanted you to have something that had, I think, a bit of stability, a little bit of bulk for the frame, right? You don't want the frame to shift and move around a lot, and as you can see, mine does. And that's because like faux suede and stuff like that, faux leather, vinyl, whatever, it has, right, like a bit more texture, like a little bit more thickness, a bit more support. And then if you did that, you didn't have to worry about folding anything over or any kind of fussy sewing, any kind of fussy seams. And I ignored them. I was like, it's fine. And as you can see, my top little section, what they call the casing, it's a little too short. It should actually sit exactly wide. Like if you look at how the flex frame works, if I had done the casing the way they wanted me to, it would be, all that you would see is like this little, the hinge part, not as much of the metal, and it wouldn't slide as round as easily. And that's completely 100% on me. So if you do what I did, I recommend not, but you probably want to double up your fabric or something like that to make it thick enough and workable enough to make it work. It still works, right, as a case, like it's fine, but I do imagine that sometime in the future I might be having to make adjustments to fix the casing. So, and what's funny is I had scrap fabric upstairs from one of the previous Sewers Club projects. I just couldn't find it, and I was impatient, and so I was like, it'll work, it'll be fine. And obviously I probably should have done what they told me to do. If they had more of the 4.5-inch flex frames, I would definitely order more from them and mess around with it, but I'm going to take a look and see who else has flex frames and order some more and play around with it, because this was a really great introduction to it. So yeah, that's this project. Nice and fast. For me, anyway. Final thoughts and sign off. I like this project. I like this project a lot. I liked my very first introduction to Sallie Tomato a lot. So much so that here's a sneak peek of what's coming in December. We're gonna be starting the Advent box. I got the Advent box yesterday. We're gonna do one opening a day up until Christmas Eve. We're gonna do 2 openings, I believe, on Christmas Eve, so that I don't have a Christmas Day video. But how exciting is that? I'm so excited for this box. I so desperately want to open it, but I am going to hold off opening it until we get a lot closer to Christmas. I'm going to open it a little bit earlier because I need to film the different days. But like, how cool is that? 25 days of Sallie Tomato unboxings. We have a second Advent calendar coming, or Advent box coming as well. But yeah, question with that. I'm going to do an introduction video for the Advent boxes. Do you want separate box unboxings, or do you want them together? Like, for the month of December, we're going to do both Advent boxings together in the same video, but do you want separate introductions to said boxes and separate like initial openings of said boxes? Let me know in the comment section. I'll put a poll up on the channel as well. So yeah, quick and easy for today's video, which I like. I plan on making more of these cases. I plan on making more things with flex frames. This is so much fun. So much fun. And yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section. And what do we have coming up? Friday is a Spoiled Cats Club unboxing video. We're going to be filming that next. Monday is going to be talking about some crochet patterns that I found, I think mostly on Ravelry. Wednesday is going to be a tutorial video that I had initially thought I was putting up today, but I wanted to talk about this more instead. And then Friday is another unboxing video. So if you're interested in any of those, do think about subscribing, coming to check it out. Like the video if you've made it to the end. Like the video if you like these simple, fast little project videos. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say. So with all of that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon.